Round 5 in the TCR Championship in Phoenix Sim Sports. And it's going to be a very exciting one here as we travel back again to the Italian track here. Italian country, rather. My apologies. A lot of groundbreaking here stuff here at hand with Penka gained a win and thus making tied with Marcel Miku in the standings. 144 points splits between those two, both Hyundai Electra drivers, and you can see here it's going to be a very chaotic one here today. Autodromo, the Autodromo del Umbria hosts here for round 5 of the TCR Championships, also well known as Magione, a very technical and very tight 11 corner track lays here at groundwork for the 30 minutes ahead, and also the 10-minute qualifying that comes here through today. Hello everyone, I'm Amir Oates, and you're very much welcome here to the Phoenix Sim Sports coverage of the TCR World Series. It has been quite a while, but we are back here over in fantastic action. As mentioned, Marcel Mika has been looking to do a lot of groundwork here, just recently coming off from the MX5 Cup, not scoring his win for the first time ever in that championship. Looks to put in a big dividends here for himself as it stands. I believe Andrew will be one of the first ones over to go ahead across the line. Andrew Tugart here now going through the final few corners, see what sort of lap time he will set in. Out for the final corner for Andrew. And he'll be starting his lap. It actually comes over for 9th for Andrew. It's 2:28. In fact, that's already his out lap, so he'll be doing one very soon. I think that was Marcel Miku. Marcel Miku sets a provisional fastest time, 1:14. That is extraordinarily strong for him. And you can see here, Layla actually manages to set up a fast time also. Scoot also 1:30. So I think we're going to have the power come up just very soon in a brief moment. But already a lot of cars setting up very, very quick times as it stands. Which got 8 and a 1:30, so provisional time to look to be 1:15. Simon Marquez, he's going to be looking for his flying up also as well, just to keep on the eye out for the cars in particular. Pensa 53 was provisionally fastest over in qualifying, so he's also one of the mans that we need to keep an eye out for. You're here right on board with him now. This is coming up through turn 7. Navigating through very difficult to see with Marcel Mika already going sideways here. With the darkness also maybe playing a bit of a role here in qualifying and also throughout the race in the next 30 minutes. 1:15.7 fastest there from Taggart. Pensa will go ahead and cross the line. 1:14.2 is the one that he's already set. He'll go across the line. There you go, the timing is on the screen as you stand now. And very good, strong performances, must say, from everyone around. I think we're getting to see some improvements there. So Vittorio Day is the one that sets the provisional fastest time for a 1:14.2, which is extraordinarily fast, and I must say about 700 faster than Penka 53 in second, and Marcel Miku completes it over. Marcel Miku goes sideways and then it will hit the barrier, and that is going to be a massive blow for him. He's into the pits, are going to be exiting out now. Must say, Sandeep Burji, best of the rest as it stands, over in 4th. He sets a 1:15.1, the only one not, well, the last ones of the 1:15s, not 1/10 away to break into the 1:14s as it stands, so it's going to be really notoriously tick as it stands. That's Weber Narashoto, 5th with Andrew Taggart, just displacing Leila Padriglia for Strict. Sammy Marquez over 8th with Doug Costello in 9th. 10th goes to Nix. 11th was that Sabu. 12th for Tommaso. 13th for Mr. Scott Scoot. And 14th for Brian Garcia. And again, a very loaded grid here in Italy as it stands. Got improvement there from Dark. Promotes himself up in the 4th to most. Actually, Mr. Scoot also improves. They're the ones that also breaks into 1:15s. And also we have Narak as well. So looking at you, Sandeep just not really struggling through. 4 minutes left to go. Again, Audi, they in the Audi, in fact the highest placed Audi as it stands, with the Cupra in Layla, the highest place of the Cupras, and second place for Pekka 53. He's the championship leader and also the highest placed for the Hyundais as it stands with 4 minutes left to go. 2 tenths actually, he goes for the improvements, goes 11, sideways coming through, turn 6. Going for the final 2 corners now as it stands. See if there'll be anything to make of it yet. See here, just exiting out through the final corner, maximizes as much of the track as he possibly can. And he's moved it there for Pekka. It's not quite the improvement that he's been hoping for. It is still quite far off. And he's goes into the pits now. There's Marcel Miku going out for the straight now. For the fastest ever for there, going to be for the final 2 corners now. In fact, it's currently from the Delta about 5 tenths faster, or 5 thousandths faster, hundredths off. Then, I think a previous lap, I believe. Reggie also improves. And there we go, final few corners now for Marcel. Is there going to be anything there that can make a difference maker between himself and Pekka? And it does so. 14.27. Strong stuff there from the track driver. Still needs to try and find 700 to try to find a gap between himself and Vittorio, but Vittorio seems to be looking fine for now. Actually, if my notes are correct, it's about a 1,000th of a gap as it stands between himself and Pekka. And Pekka's last was 1:41, but that was invalidated. So here comes Pekka. Can he do anything more for the Swiss driver? Again, first win back in the previous round, and he's been progressively up and up, starting from round 1 and 4th, through to 3rd, through to 2nd, through to 1st, and anything that Pekka can manage is indeed going to be interesting to witness. I think Layla's splitting down over 9th, and you'll see with Sandeep Burji through the final quarter, also for the Hyundais as well. See if there will be anything for him to get. 7th for him still, so still pretty okay. About 1.5 left to go as it stands. Was that a boom? It's pretty okay. It's last of the places over for 14. He's gonna start his fly lap. Layla will also X out, so she'll be doing for hers as well. So keep eye out for them. Tommaso is improving. Not quite enough for him. He's struggling for the 118s as it stands. Last minute debutant here in the TCRs with about 60 seconds left to go. Really anyone's due diligence to see who will potentially be able to come out on top. I think we're seeing here with Pekka. Pekka's improved over through the first few 2 tenths actually. Could it be a way to take away pole position? Let's see. It's too slow up for the final 3rd sector. But at least he'll have maybe another run under his belt to potentially go. Again, the deficit 1,000th between himself and Miku, his main championship rival, shows that they've been on pace throughout all season long. Cultivates down to this here at round 5. Mergy just displaced Mr. Scott for P6, and you must wonder if there's anything more that the 69 car can do, as he's just out through turn 1 and then swings round through the 2nd consecutive hairpin, a little bit sideways, but with a pretty good exit will be able to garner enough speed. Comes through turns 3 and 4. I think Weber Narsto is still doing pretty okay. This is going out through 7 through to 8, then navigating through 9, and then final corners of 10 and 11. Let's see if he can do anything here. Oh, a bit too much of the grass. Might be able to hinder just a bit. I mean, it's enough for 5th. It's pretty good pace there. Qualifying is over and done with. Let's see what Pekka can muster. Pekka comes up to 2nd and displaces Miku. Miku has gone round. And yeah, he can improve on where it needs most. Vittorio Day, as it stands, will be taking a pole position to his book here. Raya Bowen now with him. It's really hard to see. It's just looking, throwing it onto the curb in that Audi Quattro. And then through the final chicanes, can it be anything too purely cemented on his home soil here? All the improvements that we can see from Vittorio. Let's see, crosses the line. No improvements there, 6/10 off. But it'll still be about enough. 300ths is enough for Day to get pole position here, which is extraordinarily remarkable, I must say, here of us today. Dark Pizzello rounded off for the top four, and then Narasach again displaces Sandeep in the dying moments to take P5 with Mr. Scoot over in 6, Sammy Marquez in 7th, Leila Prodigaglia in 9th with Andrew Taggart, Irishman down in 10th with Brian Garcia in 11th, Nick in 12th with Tommaso in 13th, and Wazanabu in 14th. This concludes through the very stacked qualifying here. It's a mixed bag all around, but must be very, very stacked there for Day. Penka and Miku really pushing it through. And it does show that it can really become anyone's favourite to see who'll be able to take the win here today. But, yeah. So that will be qualified over and done with here. Just currently here looking through as it stands, 200ths again is what separates between Day and Penka, and between that it is 600ths what separates between Penka and Miku. So do keep out on those two. Definitely pretty much on a class of their own, with Dark Pazzo over in 4th, with Webinar Store in 5th, Sandeep Burgi in 6th, Mr. Scoot in 7th, Sammy Marquez, the Brazilian, 8th, Lele Prodaglia in 9th, Andrew Taggart in 10th. Following that, we have 11th with Brian Garcia, next 12th, Tommaso 13th, and what's that, boom, in 14th. Again, looking here through, we've seen how the Lantras have been pretty strong throughout the entire championship as it stands. In fact, if I recall correctly, the Elantras have all completed the top 3 on the standings as it happens, and I believe we have yet to see the last time we have seen an Audi win was back over in round 2s, and they did that as well. So again, he's been gone away for a bit, didn't reach round 1, didn't reach round 4, so he's coming in here a bit of baggage into him, but he's definitely putting the fight as it stands. And I think the only manufacturer that's yet to win is in fact the Cupras, funnily enough. So see here, so again, it could be anyone's particular favorite to see how will this favorite down through Day, down for Penka, down for Miku, for Pezzle, and for everyone else in Co. 5 lights were slowly becoming on. Day has got a lot of work onto his hands. Rondo here in Italy as a really good start from Day. Marcel Miku will actually follow through and manages to overtake Penka for second. Actually approach on the tangents now for Day, heading down for the first corner. This is already exciting news for Miku to maybe even get 2 positions over to 1 corner, but he can't quite do it. He just has to concede for the time being. It's super strong shots there from the Czech driver, as we can just see here as they navigate through Sammy Marquez, the only driver not to be able to get off through the start line, but the Italians doing everything well to hold on to the position as it stands. For the second corner now. I mean, that was going just a bit wide now. I watch this. Nairt's going side by side now. This is going to be heading down for turn 6. It's going to be interesting to see who's going to be coming out with probably as the inside line, which is more grippy. Is he going to be able to make it? He is technically up ahead, so he can push and shove as much as he wants. He does so. Plus right inside the championship co-leader. No, he doesn't. The leader does a switch back at Tanker, who takes up the third. Look at this. Pencil. And Williams comes in position to the process. Williams 3. Mr. Scott and Sandy Burgi will take over from where Peslo lost. And that's over down to 6th. Meanwhile, Tommaso, great start from him, up into 8th. Very strong with him. Taggart loses a position over down into 8th. And again, just incredible stuff that we've seen here thus far in the early stages of the race. And here we go, just as it stands, Pessel now trying to make a move onto Tommaso trying to make a move onto Pencil, but to no avail. Lena trying to throw it down for the inside for turn 5, didn't quite work, has to just relegate herself behind for the time being. Looking on board from her now. Again, you can just see it's going to slowly get darker and darker as the minutes tick by. Nick's over, maybe try and look for the inside down for turn 6. It's not quite close enough, won't budge. That's a bit of smoke down for the background. Oh, Beslow and Tommaso both go wide. Lena might be able to capitalize if she wants. She can't really do it quite as it stands, and just have to fend back for now. But Miku, in his quest to take the championship lead, has done everything he needs to do to displace Inca. The formerly leading completely on his own with his first 2 wins and the podium. So he's been doing pretty good throughout the entire season. Just look up ahead. There was a fight between Bertie and Pessel. Now Pessel's going to be going side by side. Now this is heading down for turn 2. This is going to be super close. And Sandy just about overtakes Mr. Good for P5. Very strong shines from the British driver, and his great pace means that with that enough of deficit, he'll be able to push up through. I think, was that a boom? I think just lost a couple of positions. Over. Yeah, he does so with Nix and Andrew Taggart making their way through and himself demoted. Again, Brian Garcia and just the only drivers left as it stands. There you go. Closest battle on track now is between Miku and Tori Day. Also, we can see Penka 53 actually caught up to the back of him. Pretty incredible what we're seeing here. Going up for the final quarter. 26 minutes left to go. Day sets the fastest one with the 1:14.5. Notoriously quick that we've seen. And Miku, I think, was just about 1:15.7. So again, do apply the pressure when it can. Lot for the Czech driver to really think about, and again, the good thing about having such a narrow track surface is that it is just a little bit sideways out from that corner. But the thing with a limited track, size is that it does actually benefit usually through the defender. And Marcel will know about this and will just fend off whatever he can in his Hyundai. And again, Vittorio, the only other driver to win, not in a Hyundai, looking to repeat the same feat that he did all the way back in round 2. And it's going to be interesting to see if he can pull it off, but this will definitely be one of Vittorio's toughest challenges yet. With 2 very good behind him, and Marcel Miku goes sideways. This is going to be going for the second place, but more importantly for the championship lead as it stands. As you can see, with Miku, the move down into turn 1. And very important move. Still pressing goal from side by side. Not sure he's going to come out on top. Marcel Miku tries to retake it. He does so. And Pekka's definitely going to give it for a run of his money. Oh! The collide. And Pekka comes off worst of it, loses a position in the process. And that's huge. That might be a championship altering as it stands. And it's good news for Narash, who himself is promoted up into Weber Narashto. Is promoted up into 3rd from that situation. Dark Pasalo, 6th himself from the situation that's happening there. In fact, Mr. Screw, I think, recently just overtook him as it stands. Just exciting battling that we're seeing all the way throughout the entire field. Oh, and Scoot goes a bit too deep. That'll allow for Pisello to cut through in deep. Is he going to go for the switchback? He does go for the switchback. Side by side for P5. We'll see who's going to be able to come out and top down for turn 1. And it's hard to tell. It's very, very hard to tell. Oh, contact there. And Pisello, with a bit of that contact, allows the momentum to swing in his favour and get himself up into 5th. Strong from him. Attention draws it back towards Penka now, who's lost very important positions in his quest for the lead. But this is all going very well for Vittorio Day's favour, who's 3 seconds between himself and Miku. And Miku is between about nearly half a second between himself and Weber in 3rd. Currently no retirements though as it stands. Garcia for a lap down. And I think we also have Sammy Marquez also involved in situations as well through the back. In fact, just a bit almost sideways. In fact, might be able to see if traffic might pay your favour. We'll just see. And Tommaso, that was doing so strong during down the races, has slipped down through the pecking order in Layla up into 7th, and Burgi up also up into 8th. So again, Tommaso, again, such a newcomer here in the TCR, as a last minute resort, doing pretty good for his continuous race starts, and just has a lot to go through and try to manage, especially through the Hyundais. It stands proven to be very capable, but with a lot of the TCR cars really needing to power slide up. And again, given the lack of the track surface, you need to be incredibly precise with your driving characteristics to really tame Magione. He's now 2/10 now. 2 seconds is between himself and Day, and for himself it is going to be, we can see a bit of a lock up there from Weber as he's trying to hold down Day as he possibly can. I think Day is a bit frustrated, Penka is frustrated because he knows he has to make the move overtake. That's a bit of a commentary's curse, my apologies. And is Penka, the Swiss driver, going to make a move onto down for turn 1? He is close enough, but to no avail. And just has to filter down through behind. I think that was the fastest laptop notification we're getting from Layla, which is inaccurate because the current fastest times is 1:14.4 from the man that you're seeing on right now in Penka. Coming through the third 5 out onto the stretch now. Let's see on the board with him if he's ever going to be close enough. Let's see if he's going to be close enough. We have to see. It's not going to look that enough for him. And unfortunately, has to try again. But look at the speed chop though with the slipstream. It benefits 220 kilometers an hour. And we can see Mikey's struggling. Mikey's struggling massively because he's been about a second, has now climbed down to 5 cents. It's just a matter of that sector now, and that means he's got his work cut off with Weber and Penka behind, and it's dreadful news as it stands. Here we go down through the first corner. You just see a bit of the smoke and just facilitating with as much track as you possibly can. Look at Penka trying to maximize as much as the track surface as possibly can. As he now against Stafford 2. Again, really needs to look forward for that apex. Not too much on the grass though. Need to keep the car under control. Still navigate through the first sector. Down for 3, and then 3 to 4. It's almost nearly flat out for 5. Just a small break-in zone. Just lift off a bit. But be early on the fall to maximize through Curva Moro. On for the back straight. And Naruto doing very good to defend from Penka. Flat out here, not up until through turn, stick the curve on. Just needs to go swing through, and then again double right-hander. And then over for the 8 and curve about to spread out. The Curva Zampini, and then 10 of second SA. And then the final corner through Perez. Out for the final corner, Penka! Too much on the grass. Doesn't allow for him to facilitate for the move, but at least he is still. Buku has managed to get 3/10 faster than what Penka has managed to muster in the same lap. But more importantly, Weber is about a 10th slower than Penka was in the previous lap, which really indicates that the switch over the knee faster. Weber has gone, but why will that allow for Penka to make a move? No, well, he will still have to slip that from behind. One of the closest spots we see on track now. We see the Virgin now trying to make a move onto Layla. This is going to be coming through turn 3. And there's a lot of battling that's going to be heading out here. Sandeep, I believe, is going to be Davey. Tent is going to go side by side with Layla. She's going to see if she can able to muster at the podium sitter. Maybe able enough to do it here. Down through turn 6. Oh, Layla still gives in. It's going to be a double apex advantage for Sandeep, but at least Layla's giving him a run for his money, and he defends brilliantly. That is wonderful driving, I must say, from the previous podium sitter to still hold on to Simon, and what looked to be an almost a disadvantage for her pays off into her favor. So very, very good driving from her. Tommaso now for a low, but at least picking up a bit of a momentum as he's trying to pressure down through lanes. Was a bit too much on the grass. That wouldn't allow for him to make up enough ground onto him. We'll see for Tommaso's situation. And Tiger also in the midst of no man's land. 11 seconds between himself and Sandeep, and 2 seconds between himself in. As it stands, 16 seconds left, 60 minutes left to go here in the TCR Championship in Phoenix Simsport. Oh, and Tommaso almost looks close to the inside. On to next, coming out through 4, through to 5. Tommaso might be able to have enough to make it stick. We'll have to see. No, he doesn't. Nick still just about holds on, and meanwhile, Bergie makes the move onto Pedaglia through turn 5, but look at this side-by-side action. Absolutely incredible stuff here at Magione, and we'll see here Tommaso outbreaks him, going through, goes a little bit too deep, though enough for Nix to capitalise down through turn 7. Brilliant move there from Nix as he gets himself through into the top 10. Incredible, incredible, incredible. Oh, and Nix a bit sideways on his exit allows. And very, very great racing we're seeing here. Pedaglia, meanwhile, loses it over to Sandeep Bergie for 7th. I think Bergie is indeed a debutant here in the TCRs, if I'm not mistaken. And we'll see here for the final corner. And seems to be all stagnant more or less as it stands, apart from this one between Mr. Scoot and Weber Nastash. In fact, Weber has dropped a couple of places. He's actually dropped a lot of places now because Dark Pazello, that was over in 4th and 5th. Oh my word, that was so very close there, but Mr. Scoot looks over the inside. And Weber drops another place again. Down to 6th for him. See how much time he'll lose. On for the exit, loses so much that Sandeep may be able to benefit here for P6. And Layla as well in the background if things swing that way. Oh, and Weber a bit too deep for turn 1. Sandeep will take the door open. Thank you very much, he says. Is Weber going to retaliate for turn 2? Throws his car down the inside line. Defends pretty well. Yep, good defending there from Weber. Ooh, and just again another lookup we've seen from him. The Chinese driver has scored. Ironically, has in the previous races that he's attended, has scored 3 6th places for the championship as it stands. And as it stands, is looking to be going for 4 in a row as it stands. But gotta feel for him that I think his podium was I think thrown away, I believe, if I'm not mistaken, or in some way or some other, because he did lose 2 positions. Well, look at what I'm saying, and Layla spins in the background. He recovers. Got a lot of momentum, and she spins again, trying to keep the car in control. Wing tries to swing it back around, has to be very careful with her joining because of the limited track surface, and luckily she's in an area of the track with high visibility. Running over at 6th at one point and down at 9th. Got a feel for it. But Andrew Taggart, who's had a effectively boring race more or less, is must be pretty happy to receive a free position onto his name. And here we go, Sandeep Weber are going to go for a fight once again. Sandeep been very, very strong throughout the entire day so far. Originally strong in the MX-5s in the in Magione, and will probably do so again up against the Raptor. 2 sideways for him. 2 sideways for him. As Weber goes a bit too sideways, but Mr. Scoot is up, just up ahead. Oh, and Mergy on the exit route. Down for turn 1. And it seems to be very clear and sailing as it seems. 2 seconds break between Scott and Weber. And there we go, through turn 3. It gets smoking from Weber as this goes to again another sideways moment there, and nearly loses it, but still just about fends off for the time being. And just trying to see here for the second times. I mean, Scoot up ahead has lost on a previous 1:15 at 9, and the cars behind are lapping 6/10 faster. With about 11 minutes left to go, it's a possibility for Weber and Sandy Burgi to close the gap and maybe make moves on the 9 seconds. Mike has made his overtake over to Miku for second. I can't believe it. Apologies. But that is incredibly big. Marcel, I think you must have lost it because it's about 4 seconds between himself and Penka now. We'll see if the replay's over there momentarily, but there's Day up ahead. Day's lead, which was 3 seconds, almost looked certain, isn't looking too certain at all between himself and Penka could be looking for another race win into his books here. Again, looking to add to his momentum back in round 4 with his race win, captivates it off with a 2nd consecutive win. A thing we have not seen before, actually, in the championship thus far. Which is honestly pretty incredible and does show the testament and the absolute skill here of the drivers. And there's Bergie now. Oh my God, spun round Bergie trying to make the overtake onto this coming for turn. Oh, that must be an opportunistic move for turn 6, and he's come off worse of it. And that car he is slowly moving. Tiger himself will improve up into 7th, and Layla going through turn 7 will get PA. I don't think. Yeah, she does get PA, and so does Nix. That was just Nix that overtook up into P9, and Standeep, who was running really high, loses it. And Dark Bisello, the Afghan, through in the back of Marcel Miku. And Miku just seems to be struggling massively, it seems, and I'm just trying to have a figure out to see how this might have happened to him. Last lap 1:16, so he must have made a mistake, while as Dark Spello was 1:14.4. I think. Yeah, it was 116, 114. And I think that's not Skip Pie, that's one of the lap cars. That is Brian Garcia, the only one of the lapped cars thus far as it stands. And actually, Sammy Marquez is indeed through. As I think that's his. Was that a boom being lapped by Victor and Penka? That gap has now gone down to just about a few seconds now. Virgie and Nick, I think, will be one of the more closest ones on track. And look out for that right now. Oh, and Virgie, too much of the grass through current 7. It's Sandy's there from the British driver. Out for the final corner, he is. And seems to be best in Buster's top 10 as it stands. Not quite over yet for the British driver with about less than 8 minutes left to go. A lot can happen in those 8 minutes, as we see before various times here in the TCR, especially to think about last time round. Seeing here now on board. The closest ones on track, Dark Pizzallo and Marcel Miku. Oh, that was very close there, nearly ended in heartbreak for Dark Pizzallo, but just about took a convenient action to try and maybe close up the gap, and you can see that it has already cost him nearly 2 seconds from what used to be 1.7. 1.6 time is between Penka and Day. Day is looking for another race win into his books. So is with Penka, to be honest. And Marcel, who just completes through the podium, is looking for his, well, he's certainly currently on a 2 podium streak now, so this will be added a cultivated third into his as it stands. But right now from the championship, right now on equal points, on equal footing, Penka will take the championship lead if the results stay the way they are in the remaining 6 minutes to stand. So think about the advantage for Day, who will himself be able to, I believe, promote it up into, I believe it will be 4th, I think. Might be 4th or could be 3rd. I think it's interesting to see here, but it'll be 50 points. 50 points is a huge haul for him. He'll be one of the few drivers to break into the hundreds board. And Tommaso, just verging out from the top 10 will be enough to close it through. But here we go, the back between here, Virgie and next. The dying stages of the race, Andrew Tiger and Webber are also going to be in the midst of their own fight in the last few minutes. Seeing here who's going to be able to fight for it. There's going to be a lot of battles here all the way for the round for the next few minutes. Closest one through on track as it stands between Tiger, the Irishman, and the man from China. Oh, and the Chinese went a bit too deep. And all that for Tiger to pull through to get into 6th. Still going to be inside. Holds off, actually. I think lifts off a bit too much of the throttle. Through 4th. Is there anything more that Tiger can do? There isn't as it stands, and it's about 1 second between Penka and Day. Day is just about pulling off, but Nick is not actually pulling off from Virgie as it stands. Less than 5 minutes left to go here. And let's see here if there's anything gonna happen between these two. It's really hard to tell. Oh, that was Nick's thing going just a bit too wide. Let's see back attention up here towards Tiger and Narashto. In a battle for P6, down through turn 1 they both go. Narashto goes a bit too deep without a lot for Andrew to take advantage of. No, it won't. He will make the move on to Nick's down through turn 1. No, he doesn't. Nick's just fence off, holds down for the inside line. I think Virgie tried to look for the switchback, but it didn't exist. And that's a lot for Nick. So still just about fent off from Sandy for the time being. Over for turn 2. So he might have overdone it a bit, but he actually hasn't. Good move there. Oh, Layla! A bit sideways. Oh! And Bertie himself goes sideways. Super close to be seen here from these two. Out here from the turn exit here. See here with the Hyundai power against the Audi. He seems to slip him down through turn 5. Yeah, Nick can sense it. That's why he's holding down for the mid. Just needs to get around. Freezing space. He does so. And how is it going to happen? How's it going to happen? How's it going to happen? Oh, is it going to happen? I guess is it going to happen? Yes. Side by side racing, we're seeing from these two. Nick still just bends off of the rear. Quarter panel. Go sideways off through. And we'll see if Tiger on there. So I can't do enough to catch today. It's gained about 6/10, and it seems to be his day's race to lose. If he can just keep a hold and manage it as it stands, he'll be fine. But Tiger, the cars that are lost around him, will be looking to add another one. Not to add another one, but more or less to overtake one more or less on limit on merit. We've seen him done it before. As remember, a bit too much to the grass. Allows for Andrew to capitalise. Could he be going to the wall here? On through the exit of turn 5, through to turn 6. Andrew will surely have the favour because he has the inside line, which is more grip here, and surely will allow for the Cooper to pull through. Will he be able to make it stick to him? No, he doesn't. He backs off. And allows Webber to take for the advantage. I did think he saw it as a risk enough, but Webber again goes for the grass. Oh, a bit too early, breaking for his liking. He spins around, and they're going to go through. It makes sense to go to it. There's over to 6. For turn 6 to get up into 9th. Absolutely incredible race that we're seeing here, and just about under 2 minutes left to go. Spanker slowly catch up to Dave once again. Is there going to be anything more that the Swiss driver can muster, or is it going to be a win on home soil for Vittorio? I'm thinking about how much that will mean to him. And listen to the Audi crowd that hasn't wanted to see a race win since round 2. And when they crashed, and Leclerc goes. Process. And Layla gets herself up into 7th now because of the collision between those two. Heartbreak for those two. And is now looking to be a Cooper. The highest placed Cooper is in 5 and 6 as it stands, I believe. As it's Hyundai. Oh no, and the Audi yet. And both Hyundais, yep. Other thing. Now about a minute left to go. Touching towards Penka and Day. Penka's got everything he needs to do to throw in to try and see if he can put a sparrow to the works of Day's second win and make it 2 race wins for him. Through the final corner they both go. Again, can really go into anyone's favor. 30 seconds left to go. This is going to be the definitive final lap here between these two. Can Penka throw anything at all? Is there anything possible that he could do? He is way too far away. Down for it. But let's see here. Oh, drop down lots of places. It's going to be hot for the Irishman. It's still going to look up there. It's going to for his life. Is it going to come crashing down for him? Or is it going to be just about the TCR Championship. Third. Won't be pretty happy with that, but it is really strong that he can muster Salah with 4 and Mr. Skit in 5th, and it comes crashing down for Taggart all the way down to 10th. And it's still not over between these two. Still come through just about by Hellsmith. I think as it stands, unless the Bridget's got something up his sleeve, those two have been absolutely relentless throughout the entire race. Layla last minute overtake. And Bergie. 2. I think. He's slowed down. He's lost a lot of positions in the process. He was running 6th and then he's dropped all the way down at 10th. I think he must have thought the first line was somewhere else. That's weird. Sandeep gets himself into sixth. Next, over in seventh, who was running down as well as ninth, just shows you the collision that must have happened between, I believe it was Layla and Andrew that happened. Very catastrophical indeed. And Tommaso completes over through in the top 11. Sammy Marquez for the Brazilian over in 12th, was without a bomb in 13th. Brian Garcia completes it through in 14th. Absolutely chaotic race, we must say. And for today, it's all joy and celebrations for the Italian driver as the also Audi driver. Both congratulate for again another manufacturer win for Audi. They're second in the championship, which means that they're second in the for the most amount of wins. Hyundai still hold on to the lead with 3 wins, but for Day it's a second win, and it's a memorable one for him and his Phoenix Sim Sports career. Nothing like winning on your home soil here, and surely Vittorio will be very happy indeed, as he does deserve that. Just about fends off, and absolutely incredible there as it stands. Oh wow, actually. I was wondering there because it says that Penka has 53 is about 8,000 hundreds off. That was pretty incredible. What a fantastic race that I must say. And honestly, pretty remarkable. Huh. Oh wow. Just want to see here as it stands. Incredible racing that we've seen thus far from the races, and I will more or less happily will conduct some interviews. Just a little moment for me to get my race thing. Oh man, that was honestly so incredible, and such a thrilling race to have witnessed. I'm not sure what the timing sheets are looking as it stands, but I'm pretty sure I am pretty sure that Dare has definitely come across the line. Again, a win on the Italian soil is a really special feat to have onto your books. Good one for Pekka. Must have thought with his, I think it was moment earlier that demoted him down all the way to 4th, that it could have gone differently for him as it stands. But as a moment, it's been an incredible race so far. Hello, Andrew.
It's not Andrew.
Oh, my apologies.
You're here for interviews.
Yes, I did mention for interviews. Okay, I'll start over with the race winner first of all, Vittorio.
Hi all.
Hello. Must say, incredible performance from you. It was looking to be a really tight qualifying for you. We usually see Hyundai's get through to the pole position here, but you managed to pull it off in your Audi Quattro. So I'm curious for if you thought that, given through practice, that it was going to be that easy to take pole position, because you're leading by quite a fair margin for qualifying, I must say.
Yeah, I managed for winning the race, starting in a pole and then closing the door from Marcel, who had a crash like 3 or 4 laps later the start, and then I started managing the car, the pace, and the tires. And yeah, so this was a great race, great win, even for me and for my team. And I'm so happy. Yeah. so happy about it. And I hope to do other results like this even in the next races.
Of course, especially given a win on your home soil, it's definitely a remarker from that. Just going through over on the race for you, Vittorio, looking to be really strong, 4 seconds ahead, but seemed to be almost crashing down, and you were almost holding to your lead by a thread. Were you worried at all, perchance, from those final dying moments between your fight with Penka that you would lose that race lead? And how did it feel when you came across the line and finished first in front of your home fans?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. It was so great, and Italy is my local country, so it's always great to win here. Yeah.
Absolutely. Massive congratulations though on your win, Vittorio. Promote yourself up in
Thank you.
massive
Thank you so
order
much.
in the
Thank you
championships,
so
and
much.
best of luck in your future races.
Yeah, I hope I have to win even the next ones.
All the best, Vittorio. Take care.
Thank you.
Marcel, over for you. Third place. It's been a very big championship altering moment for you, especially with you and Penka level on points at 140 heading into this race. Do talk us through from your intense battle with Penka, both in qualifying and for the race.
I mean, to be honest, there's not exactly much I need to say. The suspension was just done. The car was undrivable. There's not exactly much I need to talk about.
Keeping through on your podium. I understand, but you've also been able to keep through on your podium streak as well, holding down through round 2 as well. In fact, you've done pretty good thus far, so surely there must be some positives as well to be taken from this race as well.
Well, in a way, yeah, but not exactly much I can get from this run overall.
Yeah, yeah, I can understand. But having this been your I've mentioned also before with you in the MX5s as well. Also finished over in I think P3 over in the MX5s as well. How did you feel that this whole day has been for you, both in the MX5s and the TCRs?
To be honest, pretty awful. This track is not like my platforms were not built for these type of tracks. That's the problem, really. I'll have to probably try to talk with the Federation, try to see what they can manage for the platforms, and hopefully come with a better platform for the next time these tracks might come up.
And looking over through to the next round over in Kyalami, both for the MX5s and for the TCRs, very technical, but also, at least with the big advantage of having a lot more of a track surface to play around with. Will this be playing more to your advantages, would you say, both for your platforms in the TCRs and the MX5s?
I would say, yeah, definitely. Even for the FAO ones, the Tatuses. For tracks like that, the platforms are very well suitable. But for these like narrow, short tracks, not exactly.
I think that'll probably be it of the narrow short tracks I think we have on the counter. But still, really impressive on your podium. Massive congratulations over to you, Marcel.
Thank you.
Layla, I think you're the fastest qualifying driver over in the Cupras, which was completely locked out by the Audis and the Hyundais. So, did you necessarily found it struggled to keep maintain a similar pace to drivers around because of the Cupra by any chance?
Okay. I mean, overall, this track with this car felt pretty horrible. The car was hard to keep straight on the braking. And if you put the braking bias higher, you would either go straight. So I just kept it as it was, and I kept the slight rear spins. But apart from that, basically, yeah, it was a pretty bad race overall. I could have done better. I got blessed at the end, basically by some people, crashing between each other. I think it was Andrew and Weber. But overall, could have been better. Definitely, the setup also was not for it. It was like I didn't have a setup. I just used another setup from another race and tried to bring out as best as I could. Sadly, I found out the faster way to drive around the track like a few laps before the end of the race. So I could have probably done better, but it's not like I can go back in time now. So we keep it.
Yeah, of course, as well. Mentioned as well before in your MX5s too, been involved in a bit of, shall we say, midfield mayhem, shall we say. You've known this track a bit well, as you've said, you quote unquote say you know the track at the back of your hand. Would the lack of the track surface be playing a dividends to those incidents that you've suffered?
I mean, it would definitely played out well for me because obviously I knew where the track would be bumpy and where not. And with these cars, with the MX-5, I always run the lowest height ride. So yeah, a bit of bumps, but apart from that, it didn't change the fact that I had some unlucky spins during the races out of some corner exits. Overall, I had the pace during qualifying. I was very close to P1. It was like 4600 of a second of P1. Race 1, I believe I spun. Don't remember well. But yeah. From then. No, wait, I didn't spun in race 1. In race 1, I had a drive to penalty because even though I was pressing my clutch fully, it kind of went down a bit by a few percentages, which made me jump the start by like 1 millimeter on the grid. I didn't even feel the movement. In fact, I noticed only because I saw CMRT telling me that I jumped the start. So I had to take a drive-through. Ended up last or P10, I think. I don't know. And then from there, it was just a climb of keeping it together and staying calm and get some positions back.
Looking over through to the next race over in Kailani, we've yet to see Cupra actually manage to secure a race win. Of course, you yourself being a podium sitter a couple of races back, would you say that Kailani is looking pretty good for the Cupra platform in TCR? Would you reckon?
I never driven nor saw how Kualami is. I don't know the track, but from what I heard from the previous interviews, that the track surfaces is gonna be more. It's probably gonna be a bit of like Sepang, where I'm gonna have a bit more pace probably. Because tracks like this, like Magione, they're not made for these cars because they're mostly made for like small F4 cars and go-karts, but not Cupras.
Yep.
So hopefully I can bring out more there. Hopefully, as you said, also bring out maybe a race win for Cupras. Hopefully, if I can find the pace. But yeah, overall, I'm going blind into the next weekend.
Indeed. Massive congratulations over for your performances laid up, not only just for the TCR, but also for the MX5s. Done pretty well amidst all the chaos.
Yeah. I mean, the chaos is part of racing. You cannot avoid it. Even if you try your hardest to avoid crashes, you're either gonna make one or finish in one accidentally. So, yeah. Yeah, overall, like, even my race 2 was way better. Started P5 and up P4, even though it's probably gonna get reviewed because obvious reasons. And yeah, overall, I also had to make a remontada, as you'd say, in race 2 from I think P8 probably. P8 I had to climb back up and yeah, eventually find myself within the grasp of the podium.
Yeah, I understand. But thanks for speaking with Leila, and all the best fortunes to your next race over in Kalami.
Thank you.
All right, and that concludes for us here at Phoenix Simsport here at Magione. Very exciting, as you've witnessed throughout the entire races, not just for the TCRs, but also for the MX-5s. We'll continue on 4th here on the 29th of August here at, I believe it will be 8 o'clock? 8 o'clock here. 6 o'clock British summertime will be where we host for round 6 in the South African continent here in Kalami. And we'll host both the MX-5s and the TCRs, which will be very interesting, a very wide track, very technical, and it's going to be a definitive championship identifier here in this case to see how the drivers will be able to navigate here. But until then, I've been Amir Else. Thank you very much for watching. We'll continue on through coverage of Le Mans series. We'll start over tomorrow as well, approximately around the same time as well. So if you're looking for it there, don't forget to tune in there. But until then, that's us from here at Phoenix Sim Sport. Thank you for watching. We'll see you later.